Hey guys, what's going on? It is Brie Marie D for Boston Bannerbound, fresh back from Cabo. Hopefully I look tan. Got a new setup, got a new mic, and I am ready to talk about the Celtics. They are finally above 500, which is great. And I'm going to keep this quick because, again, we're still super early into the season. But obviously, we had all these, naysayers and people that were freaking out and saying, trade Tatum, fire Ime, trade this, trade that, Jaylen Brown, blah, blah, blah. Listen, guys, they are finding their rhythm. There are 82 games in a season. We are at game 16 or something like that. So they are on a 2-game win streak. They had really important wins at home. And you know what? It is so sweet and so fitting that, of course, when LeBron is fresh back from taking a 2-week vacation. He was injured, and so he didn't play, and this was his first game back in 2 weeks, and he came to the Garden, and it was the famous rivalry, Celtics versus Lakers. You had Paul Pierce in the building, you had Bill Russell in the building, you even had our boy Robert Kraft in the building. Everybody was there for this game because, obviously, it was the game of the night, it was the game of the weekend, it was the game to see. And unfortunately, the Lakers lost. Unfortunately for LeBron, fortunately for us. And listen to this. We didn't have Jaylen Brown and we didn't have Time Lord Rob Williams. So we were significantly down and out. But guess what? We weren't out. We beat, and we had a beat down on the Lakers. We kicked their ass. We blew them out. And in true LeBron James fashion, he left the court before the game was even over. Hate that. That's some little bitch shit. Listen, if you're going to take the L, you take the L with your team, and you stay on that court until zeros are on that clock, and if you don't want to, shake hands and say congratulations, if you're not that big of a man and you don't want to do that, that's fine. I'm a sore loser too sometimes. I understand that mentality, but you don't leave and go back to the locker room before the game is over and let your boys play garbage minutes, and you just aren't the leader that you're supposed to be, in my mind, if you are doing that shit. So, not a good look, LeBron. I don't like that. I really don't like that. But I do like that the Celtics got the win, and I do like that they are on a 2-game win streak, and here's the only thing that gives me pause. They're playing the Rockets tomorrow. The 1-15 Rockets. They are the last in the NBA. They suck. They are on a 14-game losing streak. And what are the odds? What would be the odds that the Celtics play down to their competition and give them a win, breaking their 14-game losing streak? I don't know. Don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about it. Also, we have about 5 players listed as probable. Again, it's probably going to be a garbage minutes game type atmosphere. So in my mind, either the boys on the bench need to step it up and prove themselves and make a name for themselves, or the Rockets are going to get their first win in 15 games. I don't doubt that that's probably what's going to happen tomorrow. You can, quote me on that. It might happen. I really hope it doesn't. Celtics love to play down to their competition, love to play up to their competition. So I really hope that they can break that cycle. I'm really hoping that they can break the third quarter struggles, because we still see that time and time again. And I know that Celtics are notoriously better on the road, and so having these next couple of games all home, it's a huge homestead. So this is going to be their third game being at home. They have another one against the Nets Thanksgiving Eve night, which I'm going to be in the building for. I'm very excited to see that game. I'm excited to see how they play against tough competition like James Harden and Kevin Durant. I think that's going to be a great game. I'm excited to be in the building for that one. I think Coach Ime is doing a really good job. I know that a lot of people have questioned his abilities, have questioned if he was the right person for this job, question if, he's too young and inexperienced to take on a team like the Celtics, who has 17 championships and obviously a very historic franchise that they are. But you know what? I have faith. You got to give people time. Like, they're not going to be great right off the bat. Like, they're still a young team. They're, the average age on that team is maybe 24. So I think that, they're just still finding their rhythm. Not everyone's going to play great every night. That's really a tough ask. And I think Ime is learning who he can insert where. Dennis Schroeder, what a fucking pickup. Let me just tell you that. Thank you, Lakers, for fucking that up so much that he turned down that huge contract from you guys to not play with LeBron and took a humongous pay cut just to try it out with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and the Celtics. So I'm excited for that. He's really making a name for himself here. He's really kind of proving his worth here. He's trying to say, hey, I was worth a bigger contract than what I was offered, and I did take a huge pay cut, and now I'm going to prove myself and prove why you should be paying me the big bucks. And I respect that. I respect his hustle. I respect his game. He's looking like someone who can be the next, Lou Will, big six man off the bench. I'm really loving that energy. Another pickup that I am super thankful for. Thank you, OKC, for resting Al Horford and not beating the shit out of him last year, because he is fresh. He is good. He is a young 35-year-old. He is looking great. I've already said it, and I guess I feel like I'm obligated to keep repeating myself by saying I hated Al Horford, or hate's a strong word, but I really did not like Al Horford when he first came to the team. Like, what was that, maybe 4 or 5 years ago? He grew on me. He developed into a really good, veteran center for the Celtics. And when he left, I was kind of upset. However, I didn't think he was worth that max contract that we originally signed him for. That's also why I was kind of sour, because I didn't think he was worth as much money as we signed him for, or we took on that contract for. I didn't approve of that max contract signing back in the day. Now I think he is perfectly paid and perfectly positioned, and he is really just being a driving force for the Celtics. He's doing his job, and I applaud him. I salute him. I thank him for coming back. He's been a huge addition. He's been a huge help. He's been a huge driving force. I will say that word again, because I think it's very important that the Celtics, the young guys, have someone to look up to and have someone who's going to motivate them to be better and will hold them accountable. And he's doing that, as well as Coach Ime is doing that as well, because he's not letting anybody slide for any reason whatsoever on this team. And I like that. Hold yourself accountable. You always want to strive for better. You always want to do better than your last game. And I think they're on the right track now. I think it was a bumpy first road to start off on for this season. A lot of new people, a lot of new things, coaching change, GM change, all these things changed. And, that's a lot. It's a lot for, a young team to process. But again, it's so early in the season. It's just so crazy that people want to push the panic button when it's like 4 games in. It's like, bro, chill. Like, this team has talent, and they know that they have talent. It's just they need to find that chemistry and work together, and I believe that they are. I believe that they have found that chemistry. I think that, the way that Marcus Smart went about it by, publicly, kind of embarrassing his team isn't the best way to go about it. But you know what? Desperate times call for desperate measures. They had a private team meeting, and they've been fucking almost flawless since. So you know what? Sometimes getting a swift kick in the ass from a veteran player is what you need for everyone to smarten up, get on the same page, and work together for the common goal of Banner Bound 18. So, I'm excited to see how the rest of this season is going to go. I will, again, hop on here periodically whenever I feel like, there's a point to be made. And the point to be made this episode is that they beat the fucking Lakers. Fuck you, LeBron. Sorry, not sorry. If you are a Celtics fan, then you are a Lakers hater, and that's how it goes. But I will say this, though. It's not that I like don't like other like good players. Like I really love Steph Curry. I really love Russell Westbrook, James Harden. I like Giannis. Like I'm not like just for the Celtics and that's it. Like if I see talent, if I like your character, if I like the way that you play, your ball movement, all that stuff, I will acknowledge your skill set, and I will acknowledge your efforts and your talent, and I will give you credit where credit is due. But Celtics are my team. I'm obviously going to defend them to the day that I die. And if we have a rivalry going on and you are the star player of the rivaled team, I'm not going to be like, yeah, oh my God, I love LeBron. He's so great. He's the king. He's the GOAT. No, sorry. Nope. I'm not going to do it. Is he talented? Yes. But fuck LeBron. But we beat the Lakers. Amazing. Love it. Beautiful. Let's move on. We got to beat the Nets on Wednesday. Again, I'm not going to be shocked, not going to be surprised if the Rockets end up beating us tomorrow at home. I will say that on record right now. Because Celtics bitches be crazy. So it's like, we'll see how they play. We'll see how they do. Again, we're probably going to be shorthanded tomorrow. So again, it's all about if the bench will step up, next man up mentality, or they won't. We'll see how it goes. I will be back with another edition of Boston Banner Bound. This has been Bree, straight back from Cabo, and I'm still putting in work.